Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. We're looking at a 4x10 speaker here in the back of my Suburban, and I've read a few things online where they say you can change this 4x10 out to a 6x9, and so I ordered some 6x9s. I'm going to attempt to do this. First I'm going to go ahead and disconnect this speaker, all the bolts here. There's some real small bolts. I'm going to grab my socket and get those out and see if I can get that speaker out of the way and just see what kind of hole I'm working with here. And then I'm not sure if it'll be better to make my cut on the back side and have the speaker down toward the back here or up toward the front. I'm going to have to pull this plate out. There's a couple of bolts up inside of here. You can access them, I believe, without pulling the headliner down. That's what I'm going to attempt to do. And I'm going to just kind of tug it like that, and you can get a socket right up inside of there, it looks like, and you may have to use a swivel. Not sure if I will or not. I've got one, but I'll see if I need to use that. But anyways, yeah, I'm fixing to pull this out. Thought I'd see if we could do this and try to capture it on film, because I couldn't find any videos on this, so wanted to see if it could be done. Give us plenty of wire here. That's good news. There we go. Okay. I guess you just pull up on that little deal right there and pull it out. I'm going to save this foam thing. I might need to put that on my new speaker. And I'm fixing to go take these over and kind of compare the depth of these versus my new ones. Alright guys, I got that speaker out. I just thought I'd show you. We'd take a measurement here and see. It's close to I'm going to call that 2 3/4 at the front. About 3 at the rear, and probably about 3 in the center there. And there's a couple of bolts up inside of here. You have to kind of pull this down. I'm not going to be able to show them to you probably because I can't get the camera up in there, but there's one there and one there, kind of by these slits here. And so you got to get your socket up in there, and I've grabbed a swivel to help me out with that. Okay guys, sorry for the interruption there. What I had to do, I was able to break it loose with a swivel, but I can't get it up in there to work with it. So I'm taking an open end 10mm, and I can get up in there at an angle. You probably can't see that because my head's probably in the way, but I can get up in there and hit that bolt right there. So that's what I'm working on. When we come back, we'll have that plate out. Alright, I got that plate unbolted. It was 2 10mm bolts back in there. So now I'm going to try to weave this thing out of here. I think I can turn it this way probably. Okay, that's it. There's what we're looking at. And I was looking at it. I might be able to put some spacers here on this inside, on this backside area when I put it back together, and that'll give me some more clearance from the top of that thing. So I'm kind of thinking that's what I'm going to do. The bolts were long enough. I could probably put some like 1/4 inch spacers or stack some washers up or something. Yeah, this stuff falls off all over the place. It's pretty much disintegrated by now, and it's sticky. It gets all over your hands, so be ready for that. But yeah, we've got that hole cleared out. It's ready to, I'm going to take this into the shop. I've decided based on what I'm seeing, I'm probably going to have to make my cut over here. And what's interesting about this is this bracket actually just hangs in there. It doesn't connect anything on the top side. It's just these 2 bolts. So what I may have to do is bend these tabs down a little bit to get this bracket to sit lower closer to the headliner here. So that's what I'm kind of thinking. I'll be able to bend this bracket around after I make my cut on this side so that I can put the new 6x9s in there. And I'm going to have to re-bolt this in and then bolt the speakers in afterwards. So I'll probably have my holes drilled and all that and be ready to go when we come back. Actually, I'll show you how I'm going to cut this hole out, but then after that we'll be throwing it back in and dropping the 6x9 in. All right, stay tuned. Okay, I went and got online on Rockford Fosgate's website. They had some templates. Now I had to actually cut it a little bigger, but they warn you here to check the scale, and I didn't bother to do that. It looked about right, and I thought, yeah, I'll just print it out. Well, after trimming it up a bit, I've got it to fit just right on the speaker. So now I just need to trace this over here. And what I think I'm going to do, I was saying when it was in the truck that I was going to try to move it this way, and I thought I'd be able to use the back edge of this circle, but that's not going to work out. I'm going to have to it will kind of go that way more, be more on that side. And I scraped off the sticky stuff, and I stuck a little tape down just to make it to where my template wasn't sticking all over the place. But basically what I'm going to try to do is emphasize the hole more on that side, but I'm wanting to leave enough meat here where it's going to still have a solid spot to, you know, have some support to it. So I'm thinking about right in there. Alright, I've decided to try it with the jigsaw to start out with. We'll see how that goes. I can't really support it very well because of the shape of it, so I'm going to try to hold on to this side while I'm going. Now that's not working worth the crap. Guess we're going to have to try phase 2 or maybe get a new blade. This one looks pretty worn. Maybe I'll find a new blade and see if that does any better. Alright, here we go. I've got these cut out now. I just wanted to show you, while I had this out, I stuck this up on my vise and I put a little bit more bend on these. I bent these down a little bit and I bent these up a little. And my thinking is that inside there, when it's mounted, it'll drop that, it'll give me a little more clearance in there. I only need like maybe a 1/4 inch more, but I just put a little bend in that to allow for that. But that's what it'll look like. And I probably could have went that way just a little bit more on my mount, but we'll try this out and see how it works. And I've still got another one to go, so if I change my mind and want to move it that way a little bit, I can. But it looks good. I think that's gonna work out real nice. I made the cut on the piece here, and I also put a little extra bend in there. I talked about that earlier, about putting it in the vise while you got it out. Probably make it a lot easier. So now I'm going to try to fit this back in there. It's going to go like that, and so it needs to go up through like that. There's the hole. All right, I had to splice onto the wires, as you can see, but we got those sorted out. Just so that you know, if you're working on this kind, the dark blue is the positive on the right rear, and the light blue is the negative. And on the opposite side, on the left rear, it's the brown is positive and yellow is negative. So hopefully that'll help you out. But ready to drop this baby in there. Went ahead and gave myself some extra wire so I didn't have to fight with it. And hopefully you can see that I stuck that little piece of foam up there so that it'll kind of give it a little protection, keep it off the metal up there. Trying to get my wires to go that way because that's the side they're on. Okay. Get past that. And when I get all finished, I'll come back and we'll do a little sound test, and I'll show you the speakers, and we'll put the grills back on. Hopefully everything fits back on, and if it does, then we'll call this a success. If that becomes a problem, I may have to pull that back out and put some more foam up on the back side of the magnet there. I think I might have knocked it out when I was pushing my speaker in, because if I push it just a little bit, and I'm wondering if I hit bumps, is that going to rattle around and bounce around? I'm not going to know until I do it. So okay, actually, you know what, I'm going to stop this part, but I am going to go ahead and take it out and try to put some more foam back behind there and see if I can remedy that before it's a problem. But yeah, it's only got about maybe an 1/8 to 1/4 inch of distance before the magnet hits the roof there. So stay tuned. When we come back, I'll show you the finished product. Okay guys, as you can see, it can be done, and just to show you, I went back in there and put that foam in the right spot, right behind the magnet, directly above it, and now there's no noises and no contact with the magnet and the roof, so that's good news. Next thing to try is, let's see if we can fit the cover back on. I think I'd rather go that way if I can. I'm thinking about taking that center tab off of there because I'm worried that it's going to interfere right here. So let me see how hard that would be to... Not very hard at all. I just popped that off of there. Let's see if this works better. There we go. Some of that black stuff on there, but clearly it does work. So let me go turn it on, pop that back out of there for a moment, and we can watch the speaker do what it does. it can be done. So if you're thinking about getting rid of these junky little things and putting in some, at least Rockford Fosgate punch 6x9s fit right in there, no problem. You saw the little struggle that I had putting the foam in there, but other than that, no big deal. So I recommend this. I can tell already I'm getting a heck of a lot fuller sound from the back of the truck now than I was before. It was just so, with these things here, they're just basically a super high range tweeter, and that's about it. You're getting no lows out of them at all. So at least now I got a little bit of lows, and look forward to getting the other speaker in and finishing this job up. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to prove to you that it can be done. So if you like this video, hit the thumbs up. If you like this kind of content, go ahead and hit the subscribe. All right, we'll see you next time.